This week, the Police Minister Fikile Mbalula has announced in Parliament that he is redeploying the Tactical Response Team, TRT, in townships to combat the ever-rising crime rates. This week, newspapers also reported that unions such as POPCRU supports the minister's decisions, while other unions like the South African Police Union, which is SAPU, resisted against the redeployment of this unit. SAPU is of the opinion that TRT is not a suitable unit to deal with crimes such as domestic violence. Morning Live has invited the Minister of Police to this interview, but we were informed that due to other commitments that the Minister have in Limpopo, he could not join us this morning. But joining us from our Pretoria studios is POPCRU. He is the chairperson of the South African Police Union. And Tate Kwinika, good morning to you and thank you so much for coming through.
Good morning, South Africans.
Now, talk to us about the reasons why SAPU is against the Minister's decision to redeploy TRT back to the townships.
You will recall that TRT was introduced during the era of the then General Fikile, and South Africans were not happy about the violence that they have used against ordinary South Africans. As a result of that, they will then have to be placed into other units where, according to our assessment, they have been doing exceptionally well. We don't understand the rationale behind him saying he wants them back into that environment, unless if he can assure South Africans that they have been reskilled and now that they can do a better job than the one that they did.
But if you look at the recent spate of killings, rape and abduction of women and children, don't you think that the unit is necessary to be deployed back to the townships to deal with these problems?
I think they may better be utilized in crime prevention environments, which we call it visibility. Remember, Ospadesa, the police are divided into two. The jobs that they do, it's we've got reactive policing and we also got proactive policing. So if you are talking about the issue of the spate of murders and other crimes, they may do a better work in proactively dealing with those crimes. But in a reactive way, I doubt that they will do a better job. You need detective services to be strengthened. You need the Hawks to do exactly what they have been established for. Those are the units that may help in dealing with the issues of the crimes that you have just indicated.
So do you as SAPU believe that the minister should perhaps deploy TRT to deal with certain crimes? Is that what you're saying? But they shouldn't be looking into the issue of domestic violence?
Remember, they carry a certain level of violence, and that violence is not the violence that is needed on a day-to-day basis. If we were to bring them back with the same zeal and the power or authority which they used to have in the past, then we would really working retrogressively, because that is not what a democratic state will need to have. And we are taking this a cue from other countries too, which are having similar units but are not utilized on a daily basis.
And we know that this TRT team is known for their forceful approach, if I can say that, to criminals. Don't you think this is exactly what South Africa needs right now in terms of fighting crime?
We need innovative policing. We need intelligence. We need signage amongst all units that exist within the police to fight crime. Intervention units, TRTs, the task forces, all of those units, they carry high caliber firearms. I don't think they will be in a position to deal with the scourge of crime that we have in our country. You will also recall at some stage that when South Africans were yearning for the army to be deployed, you know, in some crime-ravaged areas, the authorities felt that the army could not be placed there, and the reason behind all these things was the issue of the high-caliber firearms which they carry too. But having said this, I think I need to quickly point out to South Africans, the police can do a very good job. It is not about the issue of command and control anymore. It is also not an issue of leadership, but it is an issue of the system under which they work under.
All right.
If police are given an opportunity to do their work, they will be able to deal with the issue of crime without any interference from the politicians.
So are you currently saying that, currently there is interference from politicians? Is that what you're saying?
You know, we as the South African Policing Union are worried about the way the policing is, the performance is at current. You look at, there are many cases which are remained unresolved. 75% of the victims don't trust the police. That is in terms of the Stats SA. There is just a lot of negative things that are taking place, you know, and I strongly believe as the South African Policing Union that we can do better than the way we are doing things now. And it is for this reason that we are calling to the minister to look at two things: to either allow the Public Service Commission to come into the police and look at the police as to what is it that it disables it to do the work. If they are unable to do that, they must then establish a commission or a commission of inquiry to look at the problems that are really a cause to police incapacity to deal with crime.
All right. Ndate Kwiniga, we have to leave it at this, but thank you so much for talking to us here on Morning Live.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. There you have it. That is Kwiniga. He is the chairperson of the South African Policing Union, talking to us about the decision by the Police Minister Fikile Mbalula in Parliament earlier this week that he will be redeploying the TRT response team to townships to fight the level of crime.